Hi everybody, it's Cabby Wonders. I'm going to show you how I make guinea pig pellets. Not pellets, little biscuit treats. So to start, you're going to need a bowl of warm water, half a cup of guinea pig pellets, a single apple, or any other treats, vegetables, whatever you want to put in, a whisk, a knife to chop with, and a mixing bowl. Before we start, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. We're also going to need either flour, and if you get flour, get whole wheat unbleached flour for this, or oats. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do, since I've already set my oven to preheat, I'm going to open the flour. For this, I bought the Stafford Country Flour Mills Company Hudson Cream whole wheat flour. So I'm going to open this just to have it prepared. Also, it would be a big help if you had a measuring cup. So because all of them are increments of a quarter, I will be using the quarter cup measurement. So first I'm going to take the pellets, and this is a half a cup of pellets, and I'm going to put it into my warm water. And I'm just going to whisk it a little bit just to try to get them to absorb a little bit of the water now. You should try to do 2 parts water to 1 part pellet, or really whatever you want to do to get the mushiest kind of consistency. You don't want it to be too liquidy. So while that's absorbing that, I'm going to put this back. Now I'm going to cut up the apple. Now you can do this with carrots if you wanted to, but I'm just going to use an apple, which is going to be difficult with one hand. I recommend using a tripod if you plan on filming yours, but I'm just going to use my hand. You want to avoid the pits of an apple, as those can be poisonous and the seeds are dangerous. And then you can just throw that away, or if you've got rats, I'm sure they might be able to have the seeds. I'm not 100% positive, so don't quote me on that. So let's cut this off. Cut this in half. And now I'm just going to throw these 2 pieces away, and I'm going to finely chop these. I'll be right back. Okay, now that I've finely chopped my apple up, I've got about a half of a cup in here. Now, if you don't feel like taking the time to chop it really fine, you can also use a blender, or you could use the food processor. So now, as you can see, my pellets have been absorbed pretty well with the water. So I'm going to take the pellets and I'm going to empty them into a big mixing bowl. Now, because I'm doing this with one hand, I've kind of got to shake them out. Oops, sorry for that noise. So now I've got the pellets in there. Just give me a second. I'm going to turn on the light to make it a little bit easier to see. That's a little bit better. I'm going to move this over here. Now next, what you're going to do is you're going to take your quarter cup scoop and you're going to do 3 scoops of the whole wheat flour, and you're going to put it in there with it. And try to do even scoops, not too much over. You can whisk it in a little bit. It's usually a pretty good idea. Here we go. Now we don't have to mix it up too well just yet. Now you can take your apples and you can put those in as well. Now we're going to take this cup and you're going to try to do a half a cup of water, and this equals out right about to a half a cup, and it doesn't have to be hot or cold. It doesn't really matter, whichever you do. And you're just going to pour that in with your mixture. Now next we're going to have to mix this really well so that we can roll these into a ball when we go to bake them. So I will do that now, and I will be right back. Now, as you can see, I have finally mixed this. I also had to add an extra quarter cup of water. It's kind of a learning process as you go because the consistency kind of changes a lot more often than you think. So now what you can do is get a baking tray and place a piece of parchment paper, a cookie sheet, tin foil, or any other, sheets that you'd like to use. I used parchment paper as I feel that it works the best in most situations like this for me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and this is the weird part about it, you're going to want to take your mix and make it into some little balls. So you can, it's kind of, this is the messy part of it. And you're just going to place them like that. You can flatten them out if you want them into cookie shapes or heart shapes or anything you really want. I'm not particular with it. I just make them into little balls because I find my pigs enjoy it any way that I make it. Now, I've also got some dried raisins that I may put on the top just to add kind of that little extra delight. So I'm going to finish mixing these into little balls, and I'm going to place them on the cookie sheet, and I'll be back again. So as you can see, I've got 4 rows of 4 cookies. So this batch is only 16 cookies. But if you wanted to, you could make them a little bit smaller or space them a little closer so that you could make more at a time, or if you've got a double oven or so on and so forth. So anyway, I put a few raisins. I put them one on top of each cookie. Now I'm going to open the oven as it is officially ready at 350 degrees. And you're going to bake them for right around an hour. So I'll be back in an hour to tell you and show you how they look. Hi everybody, so they are officially done. As you can see, they're hard on both sides. They're not soggy. So I ended up only cooking these for about 45 minutes instead of the hour because I made them a little bit differently than I did the last time. Some of them are smaller, but they're all done. They're cooked crisply through. So if you just let them cool, they get a little bit harder. Not too hard for your pet, and as you can see, they're a little bit soft on the inside, which is good because once they cool, they'll be crispy on the outside and nice, what would you call it, chewy on the inside. And you can cook them longer if that's how you like them to be, like completely crisp all the way through. I noticed my pets enjoyed them a lot more when they had a little bit of soft in the inside because it was kind of like an added bonus for them. So yeah, the raisins on some of them didn't stick on because they didn't push them in very well, but most of them are in there pretty good. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to take all of these and put them in the refrigerator to cool, and then I'm going to finish making the rest of them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, and I know my pets will enjoy eating all of these. Not in one sitting, of course, or even a week, but yeah. So thanks for watching.